Are you an agent or you run the company?
If I can't answer it,
Go run, you have to ask me.
let's say this year you make 15 million in New York property higher. I was like
75.
the end goal is not to sign a deal. So to be upfront, this is one of my first real podcasts, real one. So be ready. I'm gonna make a lot of mistake, man. Which camera that's looking at me?
This one.
That one and this one also.
No, that one is two of us.
Okay, one is looking only at me, one is looking at both of us, right?
This one's looking, yeah,
Both of us.
both of us.
And-
And that one is filming just me.
Just you. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, the guys is stressing me. Them looking behind. This is one of my first podcasts, guys, so I'm stressed right now.
Let me just
Tell them.
I thought bu mana birinchi podcast'im dopti.
Let me drink some water. Nice. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Do I look good though?
Look. I'm sure he know how to take pictures. If he know how all this work, this is fun to him.
No, we're gonna take more.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna take more later on.
Oh.
Let me see it. Beja, normal me? Beja, it's good?
I'm
Okay.
good, Becca? Perfect. Thank you.
Just 1 second. Let me get a water too. Let me just,
You're not stressed. You used to it. I saw the last one you did. It was
Yeah.
a good one.
It is a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
But like I said,
It
when I
depends.
saw myself, I was like, I need
No?
to change it. I lose some weight, bro.
But I'm already pitching. Look, I'm already pitching. But depends on the people you might gonna have in front of you.
Yeah.
Different topic. So that might bring also, some change or maybe some anxiety. I don't know. You let me know when it start, and you gonna start because you're the presentator. I don't know.
Yeah, the host.
The host. Yes, thank you.
The host, yeah. So let me just go over. Regi.
The question you're gonna ask me, you already have that in your mind.
No, the question is like everything has to be natural. You know what I mean? Like I do have a question in mind, but it's related to everything. You know what I mean? Not just real estate, but it could be like anything.
Anything. And if I can't answer it, I would say honestly, I can't answer that question.
Yeah.
Is that good with you?
Yeah.
Because my wife gonna watch this, and I'm married to an American woman, man.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna ask like a hard question at all, bro. Like
You can cut that off. What I just
I'm
said.
a chill guy. You know what I mean? I'm a chill guy.
You can cut that what I just said. I'm married to an American woman. You can cut that off.
All right, here we go. Regi, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah. I know you. Like, to be honest, we live in the same building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I know that you do real estate. I mean, are you an agent or you run the company?
I'm a real estate salesperson.
Salesperson.
Yeah, in New York and also France, in Paris.
Wow, friends.
Yeah. So briefly, my background is I was born and raised in France, and I studied real estate after my master's degree.
Wow.
And
You get the master degree here or in France?
In France, yeah.
In France?
In
Wow.
France, yeah.
Wow. That's nice.
Yeah, I've been 12 years in the business.
12 years.
Yeah. Look
That's
young, but
I mean, it looks like you're pro, man. With the suit. The only thing that you're missing is the tie, but
I was like, it's a chill night. I know that's my brother. I know him. We live in the same building. I don't need to, I was like, let me just go over there and be chill,
like every time I see a person with a suit and tie and then they work in the city, I used to work there as an internship, and not in your field, but it was insurance, like life insurance. I worked there for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. To be honest, it was boring to me.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that I was just like, is this something that I'm really interested in? Like I know it's an internship, but like, do I need to continue this or not? And then thank God that I didn't continue going working as a life insurance agent, because to be honest, it's really tough. You have to convince people, you have to go around, you have to ask people, you have to ask them random question, give them the the survey. If they after the survey, you have to collect it, and then you have to call them back, and basically you have to beg for them to sign up the life insurance. But it was a lot of hustling, to be honest.
I agree because dealing with people emotions, it's in any salesperson in any different field, it's the hardest part of it.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard. And as speaking for me as an agent, I love it. I love it because my end goal is not to sign a deal.
Yeah.
My end goal is to build a relationship after the deal that I can text you, happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I can text you, oh, can we go for lunch next month? When are you going to be in town? Can we go hang out?
That's a good one because that's right there. It's telling me that you're building the trust. You know?
Yeah. And not every client you sign that you're going to get the deal done.
Yeah.
So you have to keep in your mind that, okay, I'm signing this client, okay, but what if this deal don't go through? And are you feeling like you're not the best, you didn't give the best of your effort, or the client is being hard? I always take the blame because I hate blaming someone else. And I always ask myself so many questions. Okay, I could have done this different. I could have done this different. So and I hate to lose a deal.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Same thing goes to me, man. I do, you know me, like I do wedding photography. Same thing, man. Whenever I pitch to, my work to the client, like, or they just come up to me or call me or DM. It's really tough, like when you're trying to get the deal done, and then they always have, it's not excuse, but like they really want to go with the low price, but they want to have a better, service. Like it doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
It doesn't work like that.
I agree.
Yeah.
So we're doing the same thing, because when they come to you say, okay, I have this wedding, I have this event, this is how much I have to spend.
Yeah.
And can you give me a good deal? Everyone wants a good deal.
Yeah. And
the thing is, you can't give everyone a good deal.
It's the same thing. Real estate.
Even me, I'm a tenant, I don't do often rentals because I do selling 90% of the time. So when you go to rent an apartment, let me speak for New York because France is different, very different. You can just rent an apartment in one day in New York, and then you can move in one day. In France, it's not like that.
Really?
No, it's very different. It's very different.
A lot of processing going on?
It's a lot of process.
Wow.
It can take you a month to sign a lease, and the lease is 3 years.
Isn't it just like a universal thing? Like, you get it done in one day?
No, it's not going to happen in one day in France.
So how is it different, though? How does...
Because the thing is, in France, they're very administrative. They love papers. They love to say, oh, I need this document, I need that document, I need this document. Like, oh, actually, this document you didn't. So it's everything. It's papers. They request so many documents, so it takes so long. And the lease is 3 years.
3 years only. That's the maximum, or that's the minimum?
That's the maximum. It will renew, but that's if you want to. But it's 3 years. Here, they give you a lease for what, 1 year?
1 year, 2 year.
And 1 year or 2 year max, and then you can renew if you want as well. But the terms are very different. Very, very different. So it's knowing both, it's really good to me, really great. And of course, I work with people that now I'm switching to the sales side of real estate. I work with people who invest in New York, buying, people that vice versa, who lives in New York, owns in New York, invests in Paris. It's a good thing to know both because they really help in moving forward in this field,
Yeah. Let me just talk about that too. So what's the agency that you work at first?
I work at Keller Williams in New York City. I'm licensed as a salesperson in New York City, New York State.
New York State, yeah. And then how long you been working for them?
That's a good question. I'm also licensed in Paris, like I mentioned. And I've been with Keller Williams in Paris for the past 8 years. And I have been with Keller Williams, New York, for the past 2.5 years. 2.5 years,
okay.
2.5 years. But before I moved here, I was going back and forth.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
You told me, yeah.
Back and forth for people that I was working with who were investing in New York. And so, yeah, Keller Williams, New York City, and Keller Williams, Paris.
Paris, yeah.
So they allowed me to do both because especially I'm licensed in Paris and they're everywhere. Keller Williams is one of the biggest franchise in the world.
Wow.
So it's make the process easier for agents that would work with international investors or buyers.
Hey guys, sorry for cutting you off. I just want to make this short and sweet. If you love our content and also our new podcast, just hit the subscribe button, like and share, because it's gonna help us to grow. And also be more active in the comment section. We're gonna respond to it. And also who you want to see next, just comment that below as well. And also if you're a business owner or if you know somebody who is a business owner and wanna support the podcast, just contact us. Everything is in the description below. And yeah, man, keep watching it. Thank you. I see. Was it trouble for you? I mean, not a trouble. Like, was it a headache for you to come back and go to United States from France before you move into New York?
No, I find it fun because I find it fun.
I mean, it's a long flight.
It's a long flight. It's 8-hour flight, and all the flights.
You pay for the flight though?
Yeah. Sometimes I can get it. We reimbursed in tax and stuff because it's for work. It's for real estate. Not that everything every time you travel for business purposes, you can cut it down.
Yeah.
You know. So it was fun because I was younger. I didn't have a wife yet. I didn't have a kid yet. So for me, it was living life and working at the same time.
Coming to New York, making the deal, and then just have fun, go to Central Park.
Exactly. So it was, and not just New York. I do it to go to Spain as well, Portugal.
Wow. I didn't know that. You didn't tell me.
Yeah, I do Portugal. I did Spain. I just mentioned Italy, a little bit less. London.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes I send client to agents over there so that saves me time as well, not to purposely travel. But in France, the deals are signed. I purposely travel there because these are high-end deals, and I prefer to be the one finding those deals with the client.
I see. But listen, you said you mentioned about the Italy. Like, do you speak Spanish? Italian?
I don't speak Italian.
So
a lot of Italians speaks French, especially the one that invests overseas in France. A lot of Italians speak French and they understand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I worked at Disney when I was in college. At Disney, that's in Paris, and it's called Man-la-Vallée. And I met most of the workers are Italians, and they live in Paris. Some of them even live in Italy. They go back and forth.
Yeah,
and they speak Italian, obviously because they're Italian, but and they also speak French, and because Disney hire a lot of people coming from all over Europe.
What about the Spain?
Spain, I went to Sevilla. I work with two clients over there. Sevilla, the south of Spain. And all those things I'm telling you, you can go to my Instagram and you can verify.
I check your Instagram. It's really dope. I mean, the one that I'm seeing is like 3 million property, bro. 3 million property.
Yeah, what's crazy. What's crazy is New York. I noticed that, of course, Paris has a lot of people who has funds.
Yeah,
but in New York, it's like incomparable because the prices are so high here. It's just insane.
Don't speak about it, bro. I know it's really crazy. We're gonna go back to that now. We're gonna go back to about the tax issue.
The tax, I think France beat New York when it comes to tax.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
France has a higher tax.
Higher tax, way higher.
What's the percentage?
So it's different class of taxing. Okay, so let's say.
What do you mean? There's different class.
I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but the one that I understand, I know that I'm gonna share with you. I know, like, okay, you're a millionaire. You make millions of dollars a year.
I hope so.
And for example, and you have let's say this year you make 15 million.
Okay.
15. And each million you will get taxed 75%.
Wait. 15 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm get taxed how much?
75%.
75.
Yes.
75. Not even the 50, not even 40 or 30.
No. Now, if you know how to work around it, you can be taxed on the 15 million, 75. But over there, it's so there's so many things involved. You get taxed 1 million, 75%. So basically, France actually is a socialist country. You know, it's very social. So everything seems free, but in reality, you're paying for this, I'm paying for that, I'm paying for medical. So people that's not working making money is because you working, you're paying for those people that staying at home. You understand? So it's very, very different. So you will see people that who makes a lot of money, French actors, musician, artists. They go somewhere else and live and move to different country, and you find out a lot, especially the French guy who makes a lot of money. They move to LA, they move to New York.
Is it because they don't want to pay the taxes?
Yeah, tax is very high.
I see.
Tax is super high.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know 70%, man. That's a lot of tax, bro.
that's a lot of tax.
That's a lot of tax.
And you get taxed for everything, man. You get taxed. If I gotta name those tax in French, and obviously I will have to get into it for you to really understand la TVA, la TTC, all of them. It's property tax. It's a lot of stuff.
What's the percentage of the mortgage?
Oh, very good. I like that question. Like right now, what the interest rate in New York? Let's say in New York. Let me pick New York. Okay, I know it's across the country, but in New York, interest rate is right at 6.3 to 6.4.
Yeah.
In France right now, interest rate that's at 4.3.
4.3.
Of course, as a New Yorker, you will say, "Oh, that's a good interest rate," but knowing that the median French actually can't afford 4.3 because salary it's lower than compared to New York, American, population. So it's too high. You're not gonna have a lot of people investing right now in France. You're not gonna have a lot of buyers because the interests are too high for them. And vice versa, you tell an American investor that's in France right now, interest rate at 4.3, they're gonna run to France and invest because that's way lower than New York.
It's lower than New York.
Exactly. So it depends, it really depends.
Yeah, I mean, well, what about? Is it just in like France? France has a lot of. Do you guys call it state, or what do you guys call it? Like Paris?
We call it regions.
Region.
Regions,
okay.
yeah.
So, sorry. So each region that do they have their own different taxes or just one?
I don't think so. That's a good question, which I'm 50-50 on it, but I don't think so. I think it's a universal law. It's for everyone. I think it's one thing because I worked for myself over there, and it was the same for everyone. And of course, if you are an employee, and I'm an entrepreneur, so it's different. You understand? But it's not like you are an employee, I'm an entrepreneur, and this one is an artist. It's different. No, I think it's the same tax for everyone. It's named the same.
Everyone
it's
means
different.
in all the region.
Everyone, it's
applies
same
to
law.
the same law. Okay.
Same law. Yeah.
Because like in New York, the mortgage is different than the New Jersey. New Jersey, like 5-10 minutes away from New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you want to live in New Jersey, you gotta pay. I believe it's little bit higher than New York mortgage.
The tax is higher in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Property are lower in prices. In New York, property are higher and tax lower.
You see, like. Even though it's the same region,
Exactly.
Same country, it's different region,
different state.
It's not the same law or anything like that. Every state has their own law. I mean, that's.
I like it that really, I like it like that too because you know why I like it like that. That gives me the option to say, you know what,
too much, bro.
When I'm like, okay, I don't want to be in New York anymore. Let me just move to New Jersey.
Yeah,
it's different laws. It's. I like it that people have the option to say, I can afford to live in Jersey. I cannot afford to live in New York. You understand?
Yeah.
So in France there's places that houses are lower on price, of course, but it's the same amount of rates that you pay on taxes. Yeah. It just prices are lower of homes, So, but the fact that Jersey is different from New York, it's also good because I'm sure there's a state that lower than New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, Texas.
You see?
Texas, oh my God.
Yeah. And my wife also tell me in Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta is the cost of living, also the houses are lower. And I'm looking online, those houses are big houses and just built. They just built.
Yeah.
And they're like 400,000, 500. So wow. I noticed a lot of people that celebrity status move down there.
Yeah. So you said that you had fun going back and forth in New York. So obviously you got married there in France,
Yes,
right?
at the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
wow, that's nice. I want to go there. You guys decided to move in New York. Was
Yeah.
it tough decision? Because obviously your wife has, she has her own goal. I don't know if she used to work at that time, and you have a kid. You know what I mean? Was it a tough decision for you to move in New York and live here?
It's a good question. It wasn't tough because she's my wife, and
Yeah.
my decision to marry with her is to be with her.
Yeah.
So of course I left family back there, friends I grew up with, and everything. So, but I'm happy with my wife. So I was like, okay, and I love new stuff. I'm
Yeah.
very comfortable with change. You understand? So
Yeah.
I started to miss my family and friends after a year, I think. But I was so like, okay, I'm starting this with my wife. We're both young, we energy, we have the same goals. We know we're gonna get this done, I'm still happy. I'm still good. I am I'm good. It's New York. It's a new city for me. But I've been coming here back and forth. Remember,
Yeah.
So it was new and not new at the same time. So
It must have been new for your wife, though.
yes, she told me, since you speak English, it's better that you move here. You understand? And remember, people. Okay, I don't want French people to attack me. You make more money in New York.
Oh,
You know,
really?
Yeah, you make more money. Let's be honest. You make
it's friends. It's Paris.
it's
The economy is good there, no?
the economy where in France.
Yeah.
That's a topic. That's another topic. But the economy, you can look it up yourself. It's a lot of stuff going on right now in France.
see.
It's a lot of stuff. And let's say you have the same job. You're an engineer in France, and you're an engineer in New York,
Yeah.
and you guys have the same life experience in when it comes to professional, and you have the same degree. You'll make more in New York. You'll make more in New York because one, it's different type of salary. Different company pay differently.
Yeah.
And of course, but don't forget, New York is also expensive. It's very expensive compared to Paris. Paris is expensive too, but New York is
Not like New York.
Oh yeah, New York is very expensive. So I would say, but the job, the work guarantee you have in France is different than New York. Because in France, for a boss to fire you, they can't fire you like that. And they go to court, most of the time, the employee wins.
Okay, wait. You go to the court and then you get fired? Like,
If you let's say you hire me.
okay.
I'm working. I've been working for 3 years, 5 years.
We're in, we're not here. We're in,
I'm in France.
in Paris.
Yeah,
Okay.
in France. And you want to fire me because I don't know. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to fire me. It's not easy. You can punish me, but it's not easy. I can take you to court, and most of the time the employee wins, not the
Wow.
employer. Most of the time.
Wow, I didn't know that. This is something really new to me. The living there is totally different.
It's very different. So now the same situation in New York. In New York,
You fire.
yeah, you fire. And the thing is, in New York, I noticed as well. You can have your job, and from Monday and Friday, they're telling you then you go.
Yeah.
Which is not in France. You will have to start sending that person a letter from Monday. They get it. Okay, they get it. Well, they can fight it. They have the option to fight it back, or they never get fired.
Wow.
You never get fired. You can't fire someone in France like that. It's not easy at all to fire someone.
Wow.
Unless they make a very huge mistake and you still have to go to court.
But like firing, you don't need to go to the court, man. That man,
It's
it's totally different system over there.
Yeah,
brother.
it's very different because people love working in France because they know they have that job guarantee. You can't fire me like that. If you hire me, you can't fire me.
It doesn't matter what job it is.
It doesn't matter what job
Even
it is.
like grocery or I'm working at one of the biggest firm.
It doesn't matter. So they have type of different contract. Like let's say we have a contract that's called CDI.
Okay,
CDI. That means that contract is for a lifetime unless we both agree.
Contract for a lifetime.
Yeah, I'm translating like that in English, but that's not the exact word. You understand?
see.
So the CDI means the CDI is like a contract where okay, I'm gonna work for you until I decided to leave or we both agree that I'm leaving. So
Okay.
you can't fire. It doesn't have a ending date on that contract.
Okay, so but if you decided to not to work there and you want to quit, can you do that easily?
You
Or
can
you
do
have
it.
to go to the court as well?
No, that's a good question. You can do it, but knowing that if you decide to leave, you're also gonna miss out on
What, salary?
not salary. What do you call it here? Employ when you're not. What do you call that system again? When you're not working anymore and you still get paid from
Vacation paid or something
no, not
like
vacation
that?
pay. Employment. Employment. If you decide to leave, you may not get employment. It's better that you and I agree that I'm leaving so I can get my employment. So and here is what employment is, what, 3 months, 6 months
I
max.
don't know. I don't work.
But
I mean, I do work, but I work for myself.
yeah, you work for yourself. But I know those things because I educate. I know those things, and I have to know those things as type of the conversation I
Wow.
have with people. I need to do those things. So in France, employment is 2 years. So sorry, you see the difference. So 2 years means I'm paying you for 2 years until you find
Until you find a job.
So imagine the proper person just okay.
But listen, are you gonna work
Nope.
in that 2 years
No
of time?
You have 2 years to take your time and find a job, and you getting paid. And
Is it the same amount, or is it
that's-
gonna be a
it's-
different
they
income?
take off 25%.
20%.
25%, and
that's in the contract.
Yeah. So it's actually not the boss that who just fire you or where you just left your work. It's actually the government who put that system together. And it's really not helping the young people because it create laziness or something.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just gonna go. They sign the contract. They work for a month or two, and then they decided to not to work, and they're still gonna get money. And
They're
then
still gonna get 2
chill.
years and they
Wow.
getting paid. If you're young, you still living at mommy and daddy's house, and
Yeah.
of course, you taking that. You have 2 years, you getting paid.
Yeah.
You take vacation and so, okay, you young, you don't have no wife, no kids, no apartment to pay or nothing. Of course, during that 2 years, you take 2 months vacation, 3 months vacation, okay.
Yeah.
But some people take a whole year and a half until they go back out there to be active.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
They just go back with the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So real estate. So how many properties have you, I don't know, signed or sold?
There's a lot of that's a good question. And from my whole career since I started,
the whole career. Yeah.
whew, on the top of my head,
counting though or no?
on the top of my head is complicated.
Because it's 8 years. You said 12 years or 8
12
years?
years.
12
12
years.
years, including New York.
Including New York. Yeah.
Because I did now I moved to New York. It's been 3 years and a half. And I have practiced real estate in Paris for 8 years.
Oh, okay.
You understand? So, but one of the year I started real estate, I was still in college. You understand? I counted, but I was still in college and doing real estate during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to tell you all the client that I've worked with,
Yeah.
it's complicated.
What's the number? Is it 100?
No, not 100. I think over the 8 years in France, I started at Century 21. I probably sold Century 21. I probably sold 25.
25?
25, but I only stay 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
probably 3 years, 2 years and a half, I would say.
Does that include here in New York?
No, let me talk about France now, and then we talk about the total.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did 25 in Century 21, and then I moved to Keller William, in Paris. I did 15.
Mm-hmm. So 25 plus 15.
For 15. During that 6 years I did at Keller William, I did 15. And there's some clients you will sell their property and they will tell you, I want to be anonymous.
Anonymous.
Yeah, I want to
I
be.
see.
Yeah, I don't want you to post me. I don't want you to talk about my property. I don't want you doing nothing, because sometimes those people are high profile. They don't want to be. Even if people don't know their names.
But where are you guys gonna share their information? I don't get it.
Because
What does it matter if it's anonymous or not?
it's matter because if you're working with someone, I'm not saying names because
Yeah, just a bet.
if you're working with someone and that person is a high personality person,
Uh-huh.
and and you saying, "Oh, I just sell I don't know George Washington property," and
Who you tell to?
you post it,
Oh, okay.
and you post it on your own page. You post it on the business website. You post it on the business social media page. You post it everywhere.
But do you have to post?
You want to post it because you got to show other clients or other
it's like-
people it's happening. Your business is working. You know.
I see.
That's why you should hire me, and I work with high end people with personality.
I'm gonna talk about that. Same thing goes to me with my business. I want to post a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like if the wedding is going nice, you know, I want to post about it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's a backstage, or it doesn't matter if it's something that has to do with a final edit. I have to post about it. You know. But at the end of the day, I asked the client, "Yo, can I post just one or two a picture or just the video?" They'll be like, "Can we not do it?" You know what I mean?
When they don't want me to post their names or the address, I still ask them to write the message and sign it with saying anonymous.
Anonymous.
Client. Yeah. So at least you have it from them because you still want to show that, okay, you have people who doesn't want to be on a public figure, on a public eye. So you still want that message to say, I work for you and this is what happened and this is how you're happy of my service or not happy of my service. So those people, I work with people in New York as well who's very they have status, so, and again, I'm not gonna name those people, but
so there's a lot of anonymous people here than the in Paris.
In Paris, in France, people mostly want to be anonymous than here. Yeah, here people want to know. People want to put their names out there.
Oh, okay. I thought you mean the other way around.
No, French people are very, very, very way more low key, way more reserved.
Yeah.
Not to say this is wrong because you reserve, not to say anything, but French people are very, very private. Yeah.
Wow. That's really good. Good to know, man. In New York, obviously they want to show off. You know what I mean? Especially in the city. You work in the city, by the way, not in Brooklyn. Do you make deals in Brooklyn too, or just in the city?
I just signed a huge deal in Brooklyn, but that's not one of my first properties in Brooklyn. It's
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. It's I have 1, 2, 3, potential 4. I work in Brooklyn a lot. I work in Manhattan a lot. I work in also Harlem.
Oh, Harlem.
Harlem as well. And I have one yesterday that I just signed. It's in Harlem, 7.2.
7.2 million.
Yeah, 7.2.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm not giving the address yet because it's already signed anyway. But it's not on the market yet. It will come to the market soon.
So from you said 7.5 million?
7.2.
7.2 million.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get only the commissions, right? Out of it? I mean, you're not going to get all the money.
No.
Or then you would have lived in a different state.
I mean, the money is not mine. No,
it's a company's money, right?
Wait, let me clarify this.
How does it work?
So the 7.2 is the listing price, not the agent money, not the...
No, I know. It's not the agent.
No,
the money goes to the firm.
The money don't even go to the firm. The money go to... The buyers come with the money or come with the mortgage. That money go to... when it's closed, before it closes, it goes to an escrow. And then when we sit at the attorney table, the attorney transfer the money to the seller, which the current owner of the property. So no one sees that money.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I forgot. Man, I'm totally confused,
and
man.
If
the real estate, I'm sorry, the real estate just the middleman's in between the seller and then the buyers.
Yeah.
I know this, but I don't know, for some reason, I totally forgot about how the system works.
Yeah,
man. I'm sorry about it.
It's okay. It's okay. The 7.2 is the listing price. That means when you see online, you will see 7.2. That's the price I'm offering it to the market.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't mean it's gonna go for that price. It can go lower or even higher.
Can you negotiate though?
Of course, always time. Negotiations are always here to on the table. People always come with negotiations.
But do you feel bad when you negotiate? When they negotiate? Because you want to close a deal at the highest point. right?
No, you want to close the deal because you want your seller to be happy of what
What the
they want to accomplish. You know,
Okay.
I work for a lot of sellers. I represent a lot of sellers, and if my seller's happy, no matter what the number is, I'm moving forward with that number.
I see.
So as an agent, you shouldn't be thinking I want to close high because my commission is going to be higher. You know,
Yeah.
you want to close whatever what the number is, and if your client is happy, it's supposed to make you happy as an agent. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Rather than saying sorry.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's always about your client. You always have to put your client best interest in play. You know. So it's you advise them to take the decision. You know?
Nice. Do you, I don't know if it's applies to you too, but the client that you worked with, have they come back and purchase another property or no?
Yes, I have. It happened. A lot.
Does that happen?
Yeah,
Okay.
because once the client is happy, they want to do another investment,
Wow.
and mostly investors come back because when buyers are people that who buy and they live in the property for 10, 15, 20 years. So those people are not coming back right now. But investors, they own 3 other properties, 2 other properties. So when they have that money, so they don't want to let the money sleep. So what they do is they they come back and say, actually, I need your help again. Can you find me this property? Can you get me this property? And if I have that property on my portfolio,
Yeah.
I propose to it. It works, or I keep my search,
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's really nice. I didn't know that because what I know is that when you purchase, me as a buyer, when I purchase a house, I stay in one place, and then why do I need to go and look again? But if it's just like you said, you most likely work with the investors who comes back for new property for their own businesses or something like that. Let me ask you a question. Do you always the listings, is it just residential buildings or is it commercial spaces too?
I do both. I do
You do
commercial.
both?
Yeah, I do commercials. And I do residential as well, and I also do misuse.
What's that?
Misuse is when on top is residential, underneath is it's a
Commercial.
business.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a business, or it can be the vice versa. It could be on top it's a business, underneath it's a residential.
Man, I
Yeah.
might have a red eye right here. Ignore that. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you good. You good. So so it's real estate. There's it's very big envelope, and from that envelope you have different type of names of type of investment in property.
So which one is more easier for you to sell? The residential or the commercial?
That's a good question. I never had. Yeah, that's a good question. I love residential a lot because I get to see new homes every day,
Yeah.
and it also create ideas in my head. The day I'm starting owning multi properties, and I remember I saw this, I could put this in that property. Or even when I own my own house, I could say, oh, this was looking good. I love this. I'm going to put this in my house. I'm going to put this in my apartment. So you will always be blowing away,
Yeah.
Every time you see new homes, different decoration,
Yeah.
different design, different. So I love residential. The good thing is commercial property is it's all about the how much is generating income yearly. If it's 6%, 7%, 10%, 12%, 14%. When a property generating 14% yearly, it's a good investment, in a commercial property. A coffee shop was down there, and that coffee shop generating 14% a year, it's a good investment. So commercial is good as well. I just happen to love residential because it gives me so much ideas, and I get to meet people all the times, and it also same thing in commercial, but just I don't know. I'm passionate about residential, and I do mostly residential than commercial as well.
I see. What I want to ask: do you miss France? Do you miss working in France?
Yeah, I miss friends. I miss the food, man.
The food?
The food.
What do you mean? There's a lot of French kitchen here.
I don't know, man.
I've been to one or two with my clients. I'm like, wait, what? We're going to French restaurant? We're from Uzbekistan, man.
I noticed there's a lot of restaurant using French name
Yeah.
to attract clients, and it's not
Nice
really French.
interior, you know, like
Yeah.
a vintage look.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
It's
The
not-
croissant.
It's not really, they're not really French. You know, they're not really French because when I go in there and I order something that's, you know, a French something, or I started speaking French,
Yeah.
I noticed that they're just using the names to
Yeah.
attract clients. But
I
which
see.
is, I understand, but you know, but there are some good French restaurants in
New York?
In New York, and I know one of them that me and my wife goes to all the
What
time.
is it?
It's called Chez Moi.
Shimia.
Chez Moi.
It's in Brooklyn?
It's in Brooklyn. It's
Where?
next to Atlantic Avenue.
Atlantic Avenue? Okay.
Yeah, in downtown Brooklyn.
Downtown Brooklyn.
And it's super good. Yeah.
Is it next to the stadium or is it like
It's not far. It's not far. It's not far at all. It's really good there. And we go there all the time.
yeah, maybe we should go with the wives. you
With the
know,
wives. And listen, you're gonna have a good time.
Is it just adult or just you could go with the kid?
It's mostly adult.
It's mostly for
Yeah.
adults. Okay.
And you will see that a lot of people that's dating married people in
I
there.
see.
It's that vibes in there, you know.
I
So
see. Yeah,
we should go
yeah.
for real. We should go for real because it's not far. It's really good. It's kind of high end, you know, but high end, but not crazy expensive either.
Yeah.
You know.
I never tried, French dishes. You know what I mean?
I noticed the French people also.
The only that I eat just a croissant.
The people that everyone in New York bring something different and they just raise the price for the same amount of stuff I could eat.
Same thing.
In France, I would have paid half of the price.
Same thing in Uzbekistan.
It's
You have to agree or disagree. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You can't do nothing about it because you live in New York. Everything is expensive. Like you said, you do commercial real estate as well. You know the price is huge, and yeah, I mean they have a right to raise the price. Man.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I understand. I understand, but it's a shock for me. Yeah, I have to admit it. You know, it's a shock for me. It's because I used to buy a baguette. You know what's a baguette, right?
What is it?
It's long bread, French bread.
No, I don't know.
It's super
the only
good,
that
man.
I know is croissant.
Yo, you know what? You live in the same
Croissant.
building, so one day I'll come to you do with a baguette.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'll come to you do with it because you never eat one for real.
No,
Oh my God, you need
you
to,
live right upstairs. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
yeah. So I have to bring you a baguette. So, in France, the baguette is cost 99 cents.
Really?
Some place you get it for 90 cents.
In here,
And here, you know how much the
$5 maybe.
$6.
$6.
And I'm
Wow.
speaking about the real French people that make them here in New
Yeah.
York. They have their own bakery. They're
Yeah.
making you pay $6 for those things. I know places that they're making you pay $6, and I understand New York is expensive. New York, it's. But when you get to someone that came from France, just like you as a baker, you know he never pay. Let me translate the $6 to like five euros. Nobody ever paid that in France. No, even in the most expensive area, people don't pay 4 euros, 5 euros
For
a
the
baguette.
bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here you making me pay for $6 for it. I mean, you can get away with it because it's here, but it's come on, it's one bread, man. It just it's really good
I
though.
could do it at home.
It's really good though, but I have to make you taste that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I love breakfast. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Is it breakfast bread or is it?
It's a breakfast bread, and also you can eat it with any meal in France. So if
Any
you know,
meal,
yeah,
okay.
French people love to eat everything with bread.
Same thing, bro. Welcome to the club.
So I really chill with the bread though because you know I pay
Yeah.
attention a little bit, but French people eat everything with the bread, everything. So they will eat the bread in the morning. They will eat the bread at 12. They will eat the bread at dinner.
Let me tell you something. Have you eaten an ice cream with the bread?
No,
Oh my god.
that's good.
Yeah.
It sounds very.
You
really?
should do it, bro.
Ice cream with bread.
Look. Yeah. The cone. It's a bread.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a waffle, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bread and ice cream. Okay. Why can't you just eat ice cream with the bread itself? Like you're putting
but it
a
hasn't-
butter.
It's not done the same way as well. It's not done the ice cream cone is not done the same way as a real bread.
I know, but still, it's a bread of bread. You know what I mean?
Whoa, that's
I know it's a waffle, but
maybe
like,
I'm gonna ask someone
if
else.
you-
Maybe
do it at home. Just buy the ice cream, have your favorite bread, and then just eat it up.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that.
Yeah.
And do you so you mentioned you never eat a baguette, but have you go to any bakery? Because there's bakery that's they don't have to be a French bakery. You know, they sell in a baguette. Everybody knows how to do a long bread, but you never see them in the stuff and then say, I want to try this.
No, I've seen just the Italian bread, and it's this long.
The baguette, it seems like, yeah.
But there's an Italian flag though.
On top of it?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Can't comment on that.
Maybe I've been eating the same bread. I mean, my wife really loved that long bread. It's Italian. I don't know what does it call. Maybe I should just look it up. You know the a corner grocery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we buy the bread from. Most
I see.
likely.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I see.
It's all the way in the back of the shelf, all the way in the back of the aisle. Maybe.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
But usually we eat our own Uzbek round bread, and it's really tasty. You should try it one day.
All right, then.
You should try
Put me on that.
You should try. I mean, there's a lot of Uzbek restaurants here. You know that, right?
No, I
Really?
Yeah, we try not to eat out.
What do you mean?
Like we try not to eat
Like outside of food?
outside of ordering food, or we will go to restaurant. That's because we know the restaurant and we've been there on our every time we date, we're doing a date night and everything. Yeah, we very paying attention. Yeah, we and in restaurant in New York, you can order food and then that money goes up so high.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying order, I'm not saying Uber Eats or anything like that. I'm talking about, have you been in, okay, let me repeat it. Have you been in different restaurant other than the French?
Yes, Italian.
Yeah.
I have a client every time, he lives in Miami. Every time he comes to New York, and he comes to New York at least twice a month. And we go out. He's Italian background. Yeah. And we go out, but most of the time he wants to go to Italian restaurant. So we go to Italian restaurant.
Spaghetti and a meatball.
All those things and wine. They have some great wine. Yeah. Wine, and that's the only thing I do. If I'm not, I stay home, drink a glass of wine. Yeah. Or we cook. We see something that no matter where the tradition from. Yeah. We've seen it. We're trying to cook it at home. Yeah. So it's we trying to we try everything new, but we just do it at home. You understand?
I see. Yeah.
It could be any away from the tradition of it. We trying to do it at home.
Yeah, you should try our dishes too. It's I believe you're gonna like it. I'm telling you, really? A lot of people love it. If you go to there's a supermarket in Brighton, like I go there, I don't just see our people though. I see from different races too.
Yeah.
They just come and shop. Like the food buffet. It's really delicious. You don't even know what to get. There's a lot of buffet right there. I mean, there's one buffet basically, but it has a lot of, for example, shish kebabs, right? It has a lot of different shish kebabs. You don't even know which one you want to eat.
It's funny you say shish kebab. My wife wanted me to eat one so bad, and I never eat one.
Oh, really?
Never taste one.
Never?
Never, no. No, but we have something in France that's called kebab.
It's the same thing.
It might be the same thing.
It's the same
I don't
thing.
know. But since they put the word shish in front of it, yeah. I was thinking it's something different.
You don't cook the way that you cook the burger.
Is it the meat you doing this, right?
Yeah.
So it's kebab, yeah.
No. This is gyro.
Gyro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or hero. That's what they call it in
France,
Europe.
we call it kebab. And listen, man.
No, that's not kebab.
Have you eaten a kebab? If you eat a kebab...
Bro, you know what I'm from.
I know. But listen, all questions are good to ask. But it's really good, man.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten one since I moved here. And I want to eat one when I go back.
All right. So let me just show you the picture that I was talking about the shish kebab. So this is how's it look. You see the metal?
Yeah.
And then the meat all around it. So this is what you cook.
I never eat one yet. No, didn't. No. But I would want to taste one though. I would want to taste a shish kebab though.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you. We're just gonna go. First, you're gonna introduce, French dishes to us, and then I'm gonna introduce our own.
Yeah, not this month because this month I'm doing a no meat.
What's no meat?
No meat, which means I'm not
no
eating
meat.
No meat. Yeah, I'm not eating meat this month.
Oh wow, why?
Yeah.
Are you on diet?
No, because I just want to clean, But I eat a lot. I eat a lot of meat, so I sometimes I take pause. I take pause. I'll say, this month I want to go like only with fish, with salmon, with shrimp.
I see.
And I don't eat the chicken or
Not raw.
not for a whole month.
The whole month.
Yeah, for a whole month. Yeah. So
Is it something that you do every February or
no, not every February. I could do it randomly
randomly?
when I feel like my body needs, to
what's
clear out.
what's the okay? What do you mean clear it out? I don't understand. You're
some-
still eating fried fish.
Yes, I can. Yeah, I can. It's just I'm not eating no.
It's a meat.
It's fish is a meat. Yeah, it's just it's different from a goat, a chicken. It's the different type of meat. You understand? When you eat the fish, the calories are way lower than
The chicken has
exactly.
More
So, so sometimes I'm eating. I eat goat. I eat chicken. I eat all the type of meat. Sometimes you just want to eat lower meat. So it's help. I work out. I don't want to be because the more chicken, the more meat you eat, it's also gonna make you pumped up.
Yeah.
So I sometimes I just want to clear out my stomach.
I mean, do you do this just in New York or you've been doing this since day one?
I've been doing this a long time.
Long time?
A long time. And I was even more strict when I was back in France because I used to do no carbs. No meat, no carbs. So that one was tough. Because carbs, it could be rice, it could be pasta, it
the
could
bread.
be bread and all those things. So I used to eat only greens with seafood only. So
seafood?
Yeah. So no carbs. I will do only seafood or greens. So yeah, I used to be more strict, but now with the whole family.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask, is it just you or the family too?
My wife will do it sometime, not all the time.
Yeah.
My son, we just trying to make him eat, more greens and all those things.
I mean, he needs to. He needs more protein.
He needs protein.
Now.
I agree.
When he turned like 16, then
I understand,
just,
but I want to start now because even if he doesn't eat it every week, it's still for him to. We start introduce it to him, and he loves salad. But you have to put salad dressing on it.
Which one? The ranch?
I think the ranch. He loved that one. Yeah, and he also loved the tartar. Tartar sauce. Yeah.
I never tried that before.
You never tried tartar?
Is it spicy or is it?
It's not spicy.
Is it sweet?
It's kind of sweet. It's a sauce that you will eat fish with it, or you eat seafood with it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Wow. I didn't know that.
My wife put me on that, and since she put me on that, it was good. It was. Now it's every time I go grocery shopping with her, I pick up a tartar sauce.
Yeah. My wife introduced spicy mayo.
Spicy mayo.
Yeah, spicy mayo. You know the one that you eat with sushi?
No.
I forgot what is it called, but like it's a spicy mayo, but I've been eating that sauce every morning with the egg. I cannot eat with that.
Wow.
It's like a ketchup, mayo, but this one is spicy mayo.
Spicy mayo, and you find
Just
it
a little
anywhere.
drop in. Huh?
You find the spicy mayo anywhere.
No, that's the thing. You have to go to what is it called, like a ShopRite.
Like the one not far from where we live, right?
Yeah.
That one, that's a good shop, man.
Yeah.
The prices are very good over there, right?
Do you go to Costco?
I never been.
Never.
No.
Nah, you're kidding.
No, I never.
You
been.
should.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because one, it's cheap, and two, whatever the product that you're buying, instead of you buy, like in small sizes in a grocery, if you go to Costco, you buy the whole pack of it. Cheaper price. Basically, whatever you buy from Costco, you buy the whole pack. That's the whole point.
Okay. Okay. I know she mentioned that before. I heard that name before. I just don't
Costco.
remember that I ever been in
It's
there.
called Costco Wholesale.
Okay.
It's one that it's on Third Avenue or something like that.
Yeah, I can't tell. I can't tell
But
since I never been.
but look, here's the catch though. You don't just go there and just buy stuff. You need to have a membership. You have to pay $120 annual, something like that. And also you cannot use somebody else's too. When you go when you get to the register, they ask for that membership. Even though you show somebody else's, there's a picture of it. They'll be like, "It's not you," and then they're like,
So I
"Can
never been. I never been because I don't remember.
It's a pack with people. They don't just sell grocery though. They sell tech stuff, like home goods, the
Clothing.
the clothing too, everything,
Okay.
even the tires for the cars, and also they have the gas station too in Staten Island.
I know
But they also have a New Jersey, but it's cheaper than the regular gas station. If
I wanted to say that because I was like, my question might sound very not intelligent. So I know Costco, it's a guys, fuel stuff. It's like gas station.
no, it's not just that. It's not just that.
So it's not just that. Okay, then I didn't want to say it because I was not sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Lot of stuff. Yeah, you should go to Costco. I'm still shocked that you don't know.
I don't know.
Costco,
I don't know. I know I passed drive a Costco gas station, but the
Yeah.
shopping itself, I don't remember I went in there. Yeah.
I see. And okay, so let's talk about the Real Estate one more time, just to be. I just want to know more about it because, listen, me personally, I wanted to buy the not a buy like a mortgage the house. That was a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. But the mortgage fee was going higher and higher, higher and higher. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until it's gonna drop back. To be honest, it's really
They started
it's-
dropping recently. The mortgage rate, interest
Yeah, what
interest
was
rate.
it? Right now it's 6 something.
6 something. It was a 7 something.
Just so like 1%.
Yeah, it dropped a little bit more than 1%. It dropped. Now they say that it's gonna drop again.
Oh, I
And
cannot wait.
springtime. But let's wait for that because the Feds, they're the ones that would do those things, the decision to do that. So saying it's gonna happen when we don't know, and we don't even know
Yeah.
if it's really gonna happen because yeah.
2 years ago it was 4 or 3 something, right?
During COVID, it was like that. But
Yeah.
anytime there's a not necessarily a pandemic, but a crisis of finance crisis,
Yeah.
those things gonna happen.
Pandemic.
Yeah, pandemic. But when interest go high like that, it's because they also wanna regulate. They also wanna keep the economy not going too fast.
Yeah.
Slow down when they're buying because the interest rate low. A lot of people buying houses. A lot of people buying houses.
I mean, that's what happened. That's what happened because a lot of friends of mine they bought the properties in not just in New York, in Philadelphia, New Jersey, and they happy with it because the mortgage fee was
and you can always refinance.
4%.
You can always refinance. You buy a house.
What do you mean? I mean that's a headache.
No.
You're gonna
Actually-
spend more money then.
No. Good. Let me explain to you. You buy a house at interest rate at 4. Let me say 6.3. 6.3
Today's market.
today's market, and 6.3 interest rate. You wait 2 years because sometimes the terms of the mortgage is you have to wait 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. It
Yeah.
depends on terms. Now they give you the time to refinance. Now you can refinance. That means you can go see your mortgage lender or your bank. You say, okay, now I want to pay lower in monthly payment. It's also we calculate your interest rate.
I didn't know that.
So you can always refinance to say I want to pay a lower interest rate.
So you saying if I get the mortgage right now at the 6 point something percent, right, and then later on after 2 or 3 years later, and then the mortgage fee goes down to like a 5 or 4 or 3,
You ask
and I
them.
could refinance it. And I didn't know that to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, you could refinance your.
But do you pay extra for that too? For
Now-
the process?
I would say that for that one, since I'm not a mortgage lender, I'm not a bank. For that one, I would say 50. I'm 50-50 on it. You know, because every bank different, everybody
Yeah.
work different.
I believe it's gonna affect your credit score.
That's another thing. You see, the credit score is another topic. It's another thing. I don't know anything about credit score. I mean,
Really?
I know the basic, of course, but when it comes to mortgage, those things, and if it's gonna affect your credit score, that's another type of.
I think it does when you refinance something.
Yeah.
Because they have to run through your credit score again. Because it's not gonna stay the same as before.
I don't know. It's better to tell you I don't know and stuff instead of telling you this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, because you don't know. So I can't lie. I can't what I mean. But I know for sure, guarantee you can always refinance your monthly payment. When you refinance your monthly payment, you also refinance your interest rate.
Yeah,
which is get and play with the interest rate. So yes, that's something a lot of people don't know. But buying now means you can also refinance in 2 years. Buying later in 2 years means you can also refinance in 5 years and 3 years again. So it's always good to refinance to bring your monthly payment down lower.
Yeah.
Lower. Even if you can afford it at $200 a month, for example, you want to pay $100 a month.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I mean,
For example.
No, I don't know. They didn't tell me that. My mortgage broker were from Brooklyn, and I mean Miami. Sorry, and I got the contact from one of my accountings.
Mm-hmm. And accounting, yeah.
Yeah, accounting. Yeah. I asked him, so I want to make this income tax, so that way I could mortgage the house. I showed them everything, and then they were like, okay, so do you have the mortgage brokerage? I was like, what do you mean? I don't just go to a real estate. They're like, no, you have to go first to a mortgage broker. They're going to take all your information. They're going to tell you based on your income which house you could buy.
You can go to your bank as well.
Yeah, bank as well.
Yeah, you can go to your, if you've been...
But mortgage brokerage, it's like separate person whose their job is just dealing with that. Like they tell you literally, okay, based on your income, you could do this, you could do that. And then they could recommend which bank to work with, which bank accept the current situation that you have with the finance. And then after that, you go to the bank and you ask for the loan. And then after that, you go to real estate and then you show them the paper. And real estate agents, what she says is that if you don't show all these papers, they don't want to work with you. Is it true that you have to, like, if I tell you this, like, hey Regi, I want to buy, mortgage this place, and you be like, okay, do you have the papers or do you have the statement ready for me to review it? Is this something that I have to do my homework before going to a real estate agent? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I will say yes and no, because when you're working with some people, and it happens to me when I just started real estate, some people don't know how much they can afford, and they just go and hunt looking for a house to buy. The process is what you said. You go see the mortgage lender first, or you go see a bank, and your mortgage lender or your bank will tell you, okay, this is what you can afford. Now you go hunt and whatever you can afford. You understand? And now you come to me and you don't know what you pre-approved for. I don't know what to show you because I'm showing you anything. And when you say, okay, I want that one, I'm going to put an offer on that one. Yeah. An offer is easy to put on a property. Now, when you put the offer, I write that offer by email. And I want to put on the email the pre-approved, show me where the funds are coming from or what's the mortgage going to be looking like. But if you don't have those things, I can't send that email to the seller's agent or to the seller himself or herself. So you need that pre-approved first, like you mentioned, and then go hunt to get a house. Because you more serious to a potential seller or to the agent himself, so that when you bring those things, you will move forward with the transactions.
Okay. But if I come unprepared, do you do the paperwork for me?
Yes.
No, I'm saying as of like a client, not just a neighbor.
No. I know your question is general. Yeah.
In general.
Yeah. Yes, because not because you didn't come prepared that you know, or you didn't know, or no. Sometimes you come unprepared because you don't know where to start. You understand? You don't know where to start. So my job and my goal is to prepare you and to tell you this is how you have to do it. This is how you have to do it. And then if you need my help to assist you to start from A, I can assist you still. But if you want to do it yourself, when you get pre-approved, you come back and see me. Or I can try to make you get pre-approved by connecting you to someone I know, and then you get back to me. So most of the time people don't know where to start, So I don't assume. I mean, he can't afford this. Why am I spending my time with this guy?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's not. It's because sometimes people don't know where to start, and you have to be there to help them where to start, and then move along with what they're looking for.
Yeah. I learned that. I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of process that
it's a lot of process buying a home. Buying a home.
And then the mortgage brokers were like, by the time you get to the house, by the time you sign a deal, that house is already, the price goes up. the down payment also goes up, or the mortgage fee goes up. Like you gotta act quick. Like the maximum that you could spend with those documents is like within a month.
Yeah, you have to go really fast. Houses go fast. Yeah. A house that's really priced in a good area, it goes fast. It goes really fast, and most of the people now, since interest is high, they're paying with cash. They become with liquid, so they don't want to use the mortgage like that. Some people will use it because they're buying with a business, with an LLC.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff, it will be a long time to us. There's a lot of stuff.
But buying with LLC, you pay more taxes, no?
It depends.
What do you mean? I have LLC.
You have an LLC?
Yeah, well, I got 2 LLCs.
Well, look into it because there's a lot of stuff you can do. And that can be for another podcast as well. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff.
Save it for later.
Because LLC allows you to do a lot of stuff, and it's legal as well. So it's a lot of things you can do with LLC. People are buying homes with LLC, and people.
I know you could buy a car.
You could buy a car, and you could buy a home as well. You could build a house with LLC.
And you buy the house. If you buy the house under LLC, so that house is gonna be what, like a business-owned house? Do you consider like a house, or you call it like a business space?
It depends what you're actually using it for. It's really depends.
Like I want to use for my own personal stuff.
Well,
can I do that?
If your LLC allowed that. If your LLC allowed that. And then, like I said, that's another topic. We will save that for later.
Okay. All right. So let me just ask you one question. Am I gonna sound stupid, but or not stupid? A lot of people be like, man, all you care is about the money and stuff. No, I want to ask you one question. I don't know.
We know in New York it's all about the money. We know that.
What was the? Well, okay. Before I say, I know you said that money won't go to you and goes to sell it. But what was the highest property you've signed the deal?
It was
the
highest one. It was 13 million.
$13 million. Oh my God.
13. 1-3.
Yeah, 1-3. Yeah, 13. Yeah. Damn, that's a lot of money, bro.
But you have to understand that that money don't go to me.
No, I know.
And every contract is different. Every commission is different.
Yeah.
You understand? Every commission is different. So a lot of time, the 13 million, the commission you're getting on that is nothing. A lot of times that happens.
I mean, if it's 13 million, I mean, your commission is like something that is 5%, man. For example,
I will never tell about my commission. I mean, it's you also don't want to work for the commission or work to keep the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, $13 million.
Because the relationship is
a lot of money.
It's more gold than the commission. The person itself, it's a gold. The commission is just is the relationship you want to keep.
Yeah,
not the commission.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
With that relationship, you could get to it's like a connecting that. Yeah. It will lead to something, way better than this.
Exactly. But a lot of time, the $13 million, $5 million, $6 million, $10 million properties, in every of those contracts, the commission is different. Not every time you're going to have a 5%, you're going to have a 6%. Not every time.
What do you mean? Isn't it just 1% and you
No.
just whatever that you sell, it's you get the
No,
commission?
because when you sign the contract with a client, the client gonna tell you, okay, I can't afford 6%. I can't afford 5%. Now you ask them, what can you afford? And they will tell you, and now they always gonna ask you, is that correct to you? And you tell them, listen, I want that amount because I have this, that, this, that,
Yeah.
this, that. And if it makes sense to them, they tell you, okay, we're gonna go move forward with that.
But if you are a good seller, like good, like top of the nine, if you're good seller, then you could put your own percentage.
We can never put your own percentage.
Why?
You can tell them how much you want to work for them for, because you can't put. They're gonna see it in the contract.
Because they know that if they give you the property, they know that 400% sure that you're gonna sell that property. That's why you be like, okay, if I sell it, okay, pay me. No, not pay me. My commission is this. Do you have a right to say that to the
Of course.
agent?
Yeah, of course. Because if you sign a contract
Yeah,
with
you
us,
said no.
no. Like, I think I didn't understand the question. If you sign a contract with I work with. Let's base it on me. I work with sellers. I represent
Yeah.
a lot of sellers.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean I doesn't work with buyers. I represent a lot of sellers. Before we agree on something on the papers, we talk about it like I'm talking with you right now.
Yeah.
And okay, this is the term of the contract. The contract is for a year. We agree to work for 5%. And of course, I sell the house, I get my 5%. And if I have to pay a buyer's agent and I give them whatever amount I've put in the contract. And that's how it's worked. It works. So it's like I said, the commission always different in each situation. Because not everyone who can afford a 5%, not everyone who wants to pay a 5%, it's always different.
I see. But what's the highest commission that you could get? Not you. I'm not saying you. Like in the field that you're working on. What's the highest commission? Because I don't know nothing about real estate. Like the system. Maybe whoever is watching it's more interesting. Maybe they want to be just like you. But I just want to know what's the highest and what's the lowest commissions.
In New York, I'm based in
New York, yeah.
Because in France it's very different. If you want that part, I can also share with you.
No, New York.
New York. Let's stay in New York. In New York is generally in New York they want to work for not pass. They don't want to pass 6%.
6%.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't pass 6%. You can, but it doesn't happen. Nobody want to pay 7%, 8% on the selling of their property. No.
Is it too much?
It's
Is
a
it
lot.
too much asking?
It's a lot. It's a lot. Usually it's 6% in New York.
Usually.
Yeah, generally it's 6%.
Is that the highest?
The highest, yeah.
And the lowest?
The lowest will be
Like for the beginners?
the lowest would be 3%.
3%? It's not
anything
bad. I
under-
thought you were going to say 1%.
Anything under 1%, you shouldn't do it.
You shouldn't do it.
No, because it's like now you're working for free. You're working for free.
Oh, yeah?
And 1% in a deal.
I mean, for the experience, maybe, yeah. I mean, experience, it's also, it's like connecting that. Maybe it's going to lead towards something.
No.
You need to have experience as a beginner.
But not because I'm trying to have the experience and I have to lose money
Yeah.
to have the experience. So if you are doing real estate, it's also, you're going to put out money too. You have to invest.
Like what? What are you going to spend on?
You're going to spend on stuff that your business needs. You're going to spend on expense.
Give me an example. Like,
Me. Let's say
Okay.
me. I'm not telling you everything, but let's say,
yeah, just
for example,
one or two.
I buy suits.
Okay.
They don't have to be expensive, but I buy new clothes, new shoes,
Yeah.
those things can go to my business expense. When I travel, sometimes me and my client we go for drinks, for dinner. Those people want to do those
I
things,
see
and
what
those
you
things
mean.
can go your expense because you're with client can go under your tax.
But
So that's money you're putting out. So if you're working for 1% just to have the experience, it's a bad deal. You want to work for the lowest. As a new agent, the lowest they should work for 5%.
Okay. Yeah. You mentioned about the.
Should work. That doesn't mean they can't have food.
You mentioned that you were flying back and forth to New York and you were paying for your flights, and yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like, why? Okay, it's not. I'm not talking about just directly you, but like why the agent has to pay for their expenses. I don't understand. I mean, the suit, yeah, I understand you pay it because that's yours, and that the company will not pay for it. It's not like you're working for McDonald's and then they're gonna give you the uniform. But besides the suit, why you have to pay for the flights or just the meal that you have in talking over the dinner with the client?
I think remember when you're working under a franchise, you are not an employee. You are a business owner as well. You
Okay.
you work for yourself. You have you work for yourself. You're just using a franchise. You understand? But you put in your own hours. You work where you want. You could be working in your living room this morning because
Okay.
you don't have no meeting. You're doing your appointment on phones and so they can't tell you where to work. They can't tell you what to do because you work for yourself.
Oh.
Now, me, the type of client I work with, of course, I travel back and forth, but that expense is come from my pocket, and that expense can go as under the LLC or tax or because it's business purposes, and it's business meeting, it's business expense. So you're not an employee at Keller Williams. Let me say, Keller Williams as an agent, you work for yourself. So all the expense you're doing coming from you. They shouldn't be paying for your flight for no. You're not, and that's a good question too, because a lot of new agent will think, okay, now he's doing this, Keller Williams doing this. Maybe if I join Keller Williams, they will do that. No, it's everyone manage their time. They and entrepreneurs,
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you mean based on what you said, because you say you're not an employee, you're a business partner.
Yeah, you're a business partner, you're a business owner as well.
It's like same thing goes with yellow caps,
That makes sense, yeah. So there's no firm, no franchise real estate who's gonna pay for the agent to do a lot of stuff. Now you're a business owner, your client, every business owner's client, every real estate business owner clients are different. Some client require you to do certain stuff. Some client it's required to do certain stuff again. But it's different. It's very, very different.
So it's it's really depends on you how you want to treat the client.
Yes.
Correct?
If you're giving, that's an advice, okay? If you're giving a client something, because I want to look at the cameras. If you
look there.
if you're giving your client something, make sure you give your client something that's really, really personal. Really, really personal. And I say personal with respect, something that, they told you and you keep it in your mind and you go and get it. It doesn't have to be expensive. Something personal.
Like a souvenir?
A souvenir, yeah.
Oh, this is from a country.
I heard you talk about that and I thought about it. I'm happy to give that to you.
Wow.
So it's
you did that for the next meeting.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, I mean how you know what they're like or not?
Because when I'm talking to you right now, I'm asking you a question to get to know you, what you like, what you do, and where you eat, where you live, where you spend most of your time, and what you buy regularly.
Okay.
You see what you told me about Costco, you tell me this, you tell me that.
Right.
Those are the things I already find out about you. So I will listen to those things. As soon me and you left each other, I save it on my phone. So now I know it might not be the next time I meet you, but I know during that time I'm working with you, I get to know you. I can get you something nice that I heard you mention and I share with you. So sometime when the agent closed the deal, they bring a bottle of champagne, they bring it's a nice gesture. But I would say get more personal.
Yeah.
Because I could come to you right now, I give you a bottle of champagne. But maybe you don't drink. Maybe you don't drink. Maybe you don't like champagne.
Just like you said earlier, get the trust,
Exactly. Get the trust. So get to know the client on a personal level. And they might like teddy bears, And you don't know. They like make teddy bears. So you bring them a teddy bear with respect. With respect. So So it's when you get people to know, because you want the friendship, not just the transaction. You want the respect. You want the relationship.
Nice. I mean, I've learned so much stuff today, to be honest. I could be an agent right now.
And you can be. Trust me, you can be. It's the same thing, man. It's you convince those people to sign a contract, you work for them. It's the same thing. It's just a different product we are selling.
My friend of mine's brother also, who is in that field, he's not an agent. He buys the house or the property at the lowest cost in Philly, and he spends X amount of money just to renovate the place, and then he sells it back, and whatever the difference is, he makes that money. Like
Yeah.
as a like
Yeah, flip and fix. Flip and fix. Yeah.
yeah, flip and fix.
Yeah.
Do you do that too?
No, I don't do that. No.
Why can't you do that?
That's like real estate is like I say, it's an envelope. There's different branches in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So some people choose to be a real estate agent. Some people choose to be an investor. So that's as well an investor. It's just that flip and fix, it's a lot of work, and it's also you need a lot of upfront money. And because when you get those houses cheap, you still need the package of money to put into it to renew it, and then resell it for whatever benefits you're gonna make on top of what you spend. So if I want to do that, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't like that part of real estate. But and of course it's great. You generate a lot of money doing it. It just
but
I
you
don't
know
like.
that how much you're gonna make money
What do you mean?
for the flip. You know that how much you're gonna put into it, and you know how much you're gonna sell it for it, and you know how much you're gonna make a benefit out of it.
Usually, yes. If you run down
Like, you
the
know
numbers,
everything up front. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
you know upfront. That doesn't mean that it's gonna work out. We're talking about real estate, okay? If you will know, you will have an idea because you run down the numbers. You know this is gonna cost you this. This is gonna cost you that. The mortgage is that. The interest rate is that. You know because you run down the numbers. So, but that doesn't mean it can happen. Sometimes you could flip and fix a property, and you lose whatever you put in because of something happened.
Oh, I mean, something happens. I mean, anything can happen at this moment, but that's like it's not our hands. But what I'm trying to say is that when you buy the property and you know that your brother is works as a construction, you know what I mean, and then you ask him a favor, or maybe you have a background. You know, you could just renovate yourself, so you're saving money. Only thing that you're paying is for the materials for you to use to renovate the place. So
I see what you're saying, but as well, that's a good question. It's a very good question because if you're trying to do it yourself because you have a constructions background, you also need to be a legal constructions company. Contractor.
Oh, you have to put it in the paper. I
exactly.
know it needs to be licensed and insured.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you will be a licensed real estate person, and you will also be licensed as a contractor.
Yeah.
Because if you go and then you go do those things without asking DOB for permission, all those things, requesting documents, you could lose the whole property.
True. Man, I totally forgot about the insurance. Yeah, you're right. You have to put it in the paper.
Exactly.
You have to show it to the bank and everything. Yeah. Oh my God. Because God forbid if something happens, you know what I mean? Like you were doing everything by yourself.
You could do everything by yourself, and it looks amazing.
And then imagine residents, you know, they eating at the dining table and poof, something fall out.
No, not only that. Not only that. It's you could do everything by yourself, and
get sued for that.
Everything you did is not legal. It's not. You doesn't have a CFO for it.
What's that?
Certificate of occupancy.
I don't know.
Teach me. That means, let's say you build something and you want to rent it out.
Okay.
You want to resell it to an investor or anything. For example, you don't have a CFO for it. It can be complicated. You know, it can be complicated, and so have your license as a flip and fix real estate person, and if you know about constructions, also have your contractor license. You know, so you need both, and with that part of it, and you could go to the DOB and ask for documents, request certain stuff because you're legal in both. You know, I'm giving free games right now.
I mean, that's what the podcast is about. You know, it's all about not like the
and
whole thing.
I'm not even a flip person. I'm not on that field. I just kind of have a little bit of knowledge. Yeah,
I see. Yeah, I mean, maybe you should try it. You know, start with small and then eventually. I mean, that's also a separate. You know, an income for you
Yeah.
because you know
You
much
can
more
you,
about
you,
it.
you can buy in a good property that's
Yeah.
already built nice, good, and then you rent it.
Why can't you buy it and then rent it
Yeah, you can.
instead
Condo,
of
yeah, instead of flipping fix.
flipping?
But flipping fix, the good side of it is you get it for cheap. Now, if you go buy a property in Manhattan, a condo, it's already built, it's already
Yeah.
there, it's already legal.
Yeah, don't talk about Manhattan. Talk about Philly or Bronx
Philly
or in Queens
or Queens or even
or Long Island,
or Brooklyn.
Staten Island.
Yeah, and then you rent it out. Yes, you can do that as well. It's just that those properties usually at the market price, higher prices.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Like just doing this as a gig, but like I was like, man, that's a lot of work. I have to
Flipping
start. I
fix,
have to work for somebody in order for me to understand what's going on in this field, and then start anew. You know what I mean? That's like, oh, you know what? No, forget it. But I'm just gonna do my own thing. Video, photo, and now I'm doing this podcast.
Yeah, and your podcast is listen, man. I love it. Yeah, I love it.
I
love
invest a
the
lot of
whole thing
money
you did.
here, man. You see this? Everything is brand new. The mics, the camera I've been having since.
And you have a
day
team.
one, but, like,
Your team is
I
behind
have
the
a
cameras.
team,
No,
yeah. Thank you, man.
You did great.
Thank you.
It's a good podcast, man.
Thank you.
You have a special room for that studio. It's
Yeah.
legit thing. I like it. I love it.
Do you recommend it?
I would recommend it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
It's not like me who try and do a podcast in my living room.
Yeah. So stop doing the podcast in your living room. Living room it's for the family, not for the podcast.
I like that.
You have to, spend the time with the family. I'm
like
sorry,
that.
I have to spend more time with the family as well.
It look like you have to.
Yeah, man. I'm always, working because, like I said, it's not like I'm working for somebody. I'm working for myself, and I have to build it for it. It's really tough sometimes. You have a team and you really tell them what to do, but still there's some, small mistakes that I don't know. It makes me I get really,
Yeah, but the good
really
part of
mad.
it in France, when people make mistake, we seeing it in a good way as well. That means they're trying.
Yeah, they try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now you have to do this. Now you have to do that. But it's a lot of work. It's you know what I mean. Like I'm learning as well how to work with the team because I've been doing this by myself. Everything, the editing, the filming, learning new stuff, learning new equipment, and once you have the team.
Now you have to
tell them
pass down that knowledge.
And then, like I said, once you have the team, you get to see from above what's going on in your space, meaning like in your company. Is there anything that is outside of this? For example, like document stuff. No, not the documents. I don't want to talk about that. I'm talking about the, building a website. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How to get, different clients. Not just working with our people. How to work with different clients. How to get that connection. Something goes. Like how did I? It's really good to have you in the podcast. When I didn't know that you're gonna be our second or third a guest because the first one was from our country, and tomorrow we have another podcast with other people. What I'm saying is that all the contacts that I have with the new guests are the people from our country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe it's. I wanna. I wanna have it. With different people. Have a different relationship with each one of them, and also grow. And also what is it called? Like you said it yourself, it's all about the trust. I just want to have a lot of connection. Maybe I need, for example, you in the future, maybe that deals with the real estate. You know what I mean? It's really good to have to do this podcast with the people that I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not gonna be interesting if I podcast with somebody who I know, who I grew up with.
And you also want to have a subject.
Yeah.
You want to talk about something that person's got going on. You know? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be work. It could be a passion. It could be a habit. It could be something.
Yeah.
Long as it makes sense. So you could share it in a podcast. every day doesn't have to be about real estate. Every day doesn't have to be about soccer. Every day doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You want to bring different topic to
Different topics.
to the audience that you're gonna create. You know,
Yeah.
you're gonna build. So it's important to propose different options.
Yeah. That's why I wanna. We've been doing this for 2 hours right now.
2 hours.
And yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna wrap up. Like you
yeah,
said,
we're
in New
gonna
York.
wrap it up. In the edit, we're gonna do a lot of cutting. Of course, it's gonna be an hour or 30 minutes long. We will see, but yeah, it's really nice to have you, brother.
I appreciate the invite. I listen.
I've learned so much stuff. They learned so much stuff. Everybody
Yeah.
learned so much
And
stuff,
I learned
bro.
so much stuff from you as well, based on the questions. You
Yeah.
know, and maybe next time the questions I will probably will answer them much better. You know.
Yeah.
So I think we both learn. You know. So I appreciate the invite, and I'm
Thank
always
you.
gonna see you. We live.
We live in the same building.
It's a building, so yeah.
Yeah. What else I want to mention? Yeah, I want to say. I want you to say your Instagram account so people can
Yeah.
have
So
at you and then follow you.
Instagram is NYC_friends_real estate.
Yeah. Do you have YouTube channel though?
I have a YouTube channel, but I don't really do YouTube yet because the email I'm using is not the email I want to use
I
right
see.
now.
Yeah,
you know?
just open up with new stuff. Start
Yeah,
from
yeah.
fresh and then.
So I'll share my LinkedIn is Reginald Louissaint, my name, and I already give my Instagram, and I think those are the areas that I make a lot of contacts. You know.
I want to ask you one question.
Mm-hmm.
Not from my perspective, from viewer's perspective. They have a question related to real estate and be like, "Hey, brother, I'm struggling with this and that. Can you help me out?"
I give my word, I will help because real estate. Someone have a question. Most of the time, even attorneys, real estate attorneys need help selling their own properties.
Wow.
So, so nobody, you don't know it all, you know. And if someone has a question, I'm always here to answer the questions, until they need my help or they need my service. Of course, you gotta answer. It's actually by the question you build the relationship.
Yeah, guys. If you have any questions, just directly DM him, and he will obviously get back to you as soon as possible. And wait, you said Regi, right?
Regi or Reg?
Regi.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you one thing though. My name is Beza, right?
Yeah.
I have two nicknames. One is Beck, one is Biggie. So if you replace the R with the B,
It's Regi. The
you know Biggie.
Yeah, Biggie. Yeah.
Yeah, they call me Biggie, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, like Biggie Aka. Big Aka means brother.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
He calls me Biggie. He calls me Biggie Aka because I'm older than them. That's why.
Okay, so if you replace the B by R, it's Regi.
Yeah, Regi. Yeah, man.
All right, my brother. So it was nice.
Nice to meet
I'll
you.
shake your hand. I'll see you in the building.
All right, man. Peace out, everybody.
All right, bye-bye,
Stay
everyone.
tuned
Thank you.
for the next podcast. Keep following, keep commenting and liking it, and obviously share. It's gonna help us to grow as well. All right, ciao, man.
Ciao, ciao.